What's up? It's your girl Jazz, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.
If you want to figure out how I got to this, just keep on watching. Alright, so I already did the eyebrows just to save on time. But next we're going to get into the eyes. I'm going to take the MAC 24-hour Extend Eye Base Eye Primer and put this on both eyes. Alright, and then I'm going to go into this Morphe eye palette. This is the Neutrals Territory 90. First color I'm going to go in with is Open Mind with a big fluffy brush, which is this one right here. Yep, that one. I'm going to put this all over the lid. This is just our base color. We're going to lighten up the lid later. So now I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush and I'm going to go into the color Packed, and I'm going to hit this in my crease. Make sure y'all can see. This doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be blended. So you can see like Open Minds are like transition color. So that's what we're going for. Now I'm going to take a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm going to put Promise, which is this color right here, on my lid, but only on like the first 2/3, like that. And then I'm going to go back in to Open Mind and put that on that outer corner. Now we're going to go back in with that same blending brush that we used for Pack and blend this up. It's like it gives a little bit of depth. So once I have it like that, I'm going back in with my fluffy brush with Open Minded still on it and just blending out the edges of Packed. Alright, taking that same flat eyeshadow brush and going back into Promise. We're going to hit this underneath the brow. Kind of like our, it's not going to be our brow bone highlight, but it'll help introduce it. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller blending brush and blend where the two colors meet. Then going back in with my Open Mind brush. I'm not adding any more product on it, but just blending everything together. Alright, so eyes are done. Now we're going to start with our base. First thing I like to do is put on chapstick. By the time we're done, your lips will be moisturized for your lipstick and stuff. And then this is the lip balm by Jack Black, and this is in the natural mint. I don't like the I think it's cherry or something like that. I don't like that one. So now we're going to go in with our Fenty Beauty's Soft Silk Pro Filter Primer. This is a hydrating one. I'll do like 2 pumps of that. I don't don't put that much on my forehead because I don't put that much product on my forehead. But I do put it on the base of my face. Now, if you get bad laugh lines like I do, I go in back with the eyeshadow base from MAC and I put them into my crease so it kind of like fills it. So I just take a little bit and I smile and then I press it into those lines. And I pat it out. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Smile, press, pat. It just kind of fills in those lines. Alright, next we're going to go in with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. So, I don't know how everybody else uses this, but I go in with a kind of dense fluffy brush. I roll it in here and I put this where I have texture, so on the middle of my face, and then I'll put it on my nose because I have dry skin but I do get oily on my nose, and this helps control oil. So you can wear this alone, like if I'm doing like no makeup days, I'll wear this by itself. But when I'm doing like a flawless makeup look, I put this as my first layer because it makes everything so smooth. And just make sure you blend it out because you don't want to be patchy. Put some more on this side. So you like this. Next, I am going to, I contour underneath my foundation just so it looks softer when I put the foundation on top. And when I contour later, I don't really have to contour. I'm more so bronze. So I'm going in with Fenty's Pro Filter Concealer or Instant Touch Concealer in the shade 490. So I'm going to put this. I put it like a little bit above where you're supposed to put your contour, just so when I blend it, it doesn't look crazy. And then I contour my nose. If you have like a wider nose like I do, I put 2 lines on the side and then I make a little V at the end of my nose. Just taking like a small fluffy brush and we're going to blend this up. It looks crazy now. Just trust process. It doesn't have to be perfect because underneath we're just creating those shadows. So next I'll take the butt of my beauty blender and blend out the top. Like that. And then I'll go back in with the Yummy Skin blurring powder if I wipe too much off the center of my nose. Just taking a small blender brush down the center. So we're gonna go with my foundation. So I use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation in the color 420 and 430. So I take 430, I just pump it on the back of my hand. So I take 430 and I do it at the bottom of my face. Because I'm typically darker at the bottom. Not too much. And then I take a pump of 420 and this goes all over the rest of my face. I don't put too much on the nose because it'll start to look cakey, but the residue will go on the nose. And then just a little bit on the forehead. Now we're gonna go in with our beauty blender and blend that out. Don't forget to get your ears. And once everything's blended together, I'm going to blend to my neck, or down my neck. And I just drag it, just to like smooth or spread the product out, and then I'll bounce it. Alright, taking a little bit of 420, I'm going to rub it at the bottom of the beauty blender and then pounce my nose. So I don't know if you can see, but you can still see the contour that I made earlier. But it's just way softer now. Alright, I did kind of hit my brow, but we'll fix it later. Just blend till your heart can't blend no more. Alright, I'm liking how we're looking. This foundation is just so pretty. Alright, next we're going to go on concealer. Same concealer I used as my contour, just in a different shade. So the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer in the shade 370. And all products will be linked in the description box below. And if there's no link, that means I couldn't find it. So I made kind of like a triangle at the beginning of my eye, and then 2 or 3 stripes on the end of my eye, and then I'll hit my chin and my nose, and then I'll make like a little, whatever, like an arrow on my forehead, and then going in with the pointy end of the beauty blender. I'm going to blend. I look up so I can get up in there. It's like not too little, but not too much. That's what we're looking for. Up the sky. Alright, now we're going to hit our chin. And then I squeeze it tight, and then I hit my nose. Just so I can stay with that perfect line that I made. Then we're going to hit our forehead. A lot of people do their brows last, but I like to do mine first because it structures the face. Sometimes I do mess it up in the process, but it's just an easy fix later. Alright, I'm going to bounce the edges just to make sure everything's blended. And then anything we have left over on the sponge, I hit above the lip. Kind of connecting what we did to the eyes. Alright, next we set. First thing we're setting is our eyes, or under our eyes. So I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and this is in the color Translucent Honey. So I just put a little bit in the cap, and then going in with my setting brush. Spread it out. And make sure I get it like evenly on the brush, and then I tap off the excess. Now, this one you kind of have to be quick-ish with, or you'll need creasing. So I take the pointy end beauty blender where the concealer already is. I look well up, but I tilt my face down. So I pat that out, and instantly go in with the setting powder, and I make sure it gets up in there like that. If I want to drag it down a little bit, I'll put some more on, and then just go like that. Very pretty. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this eye. You can bake with this powder, but For me, it gets too light. If it ever does that, just go in with your face powder and like sweep it off. You know, blend it out. Or diffuse it, blend it out. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Oh, Lord, I got powder in my eye. Alright. So, we're also going to hit chin. I like to hit a little bit of the upper lip. Take the tip so I can get the nose. Like that. And then I'll tap it again to get the forehead. So basically, anywhere we put that highlighter, we're putting this powder. Okay. Next. I hate trying to dump the powder back in here because it makes a mess. Alright, next we're going to go over our setting powder for our face. So this is the Sephora's Micro Smooth Powder in the color 60 Ebony. And just taking a fluffy face brush, swirling it in here. And you can either like dab it or just swipe it, but notice how it's never going to pat it in. So we're setting anywhere we didn't put that the setting powder for our concealer. So down our neck, like that. So it's around my mouth. For y'all thinking that it's a little too ashy, we go warm it back up. Just trust the process, okay? Trust the process. Alright, so I'm going to take the same brush I used to set my concealer to set around my nose. Because it's smaller. Alright. That's done. So I'm going to go in, not with a contour powder, but a bronzing powder. This is the Sephora bronzing powder in the color 06 Ibiza. So I'm going to take it with a contour brush. It's just like slender, but it's still fluffy. I'm going to take that, pat it in, dust off the excess, and then I do the little fishy face, but I don't sweep across, I sweep up. You see what I'm saying? See? Just so it lifts the cheekbones up and not down. You don't want your face to be saggy. We need it snatched. How we looking? We looking good. Okay. I like using bronzing powders and not contour powders. Now I use contour powder if I'm like, I need full glam, full beat snatch for like an event or something. But just for like everyday beat face, I like bronzing powders just because it's softer. I'm gonna hit the forehead just to make it look smaller. And then, so you're kind of hitting like a 3, but I'm not gonna drag it all the way to 3. So you lift up your chin and you hit this corner right here and go like that, and then drag it under your chin. So you're doing like the edge of your face. Same thing on this side. Just to bring back those shadows, and then I like to round it out at my chin. I'll go back in my setting powder if I need a little more something. Alright, so now that we're done, oh, we're not done with face. I lied real bad. So next we're gonna go in with our blush. This is Max Blush in the color Raisin. Brown girls, black girls, everybody. If you're dark skin, you need this blush. This is so pretty on dark skin. I know everybody be trying to skip the blush because we black, but no, baby. This right here, this looks good. So I take it, I smile just a little bit, and I don't go directly on the apples of my cheeks. I hit like the side of it. It's so pretty. This is the only blush I wear. Fun fact. That's done with. So next we're going to do our lashes. I don't do eyeliners with my everyday looks because I think it's a little too dark. But if you do you, boo. Do you. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. I do one at a time. So I'll curl and do my mascara. The mascara I'm going to use is Too Faced Better Than Sex. Alright, I'm gonna go in to my other eye. I like to do my mascara kind of sloppily because the base hits my eyelid, so it kind of looks like a faux liner in a way, which looks good for falsies. Don't worry about any mascara I get on top of my eye. We're gonna fix that later. Ooh, child, I need a drink. Next, we're gonna go ahead and go in with our falsies. I get my lashes off of Amazon. It's easier and cheaper. I put my lashes on with tweezers. If you can put your lashes on with your nails, I give you props because baby, And I just use the Ardo glue and white because it dries clear. And I like the quick or fast dry one, quick dry one, quick set, because it dries faster. So I'll fan and blow on it. I do need a mirror though. I like push my lashes down just so I can get the band close as possible. And I'll lay the outer corner and then lay the inner corner. And if the middle's not all the way down, I'll press that in. You know when the glue's starting to dry because it'll turn like that transparent blue kind of color instead of like stark white. Alright, one lash on. The other one to go. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. If you ever feel like your lashes poke you in the corner, just slide it over a teensy bit. But I think we good. Yeah, okay. Get my other lash. Do the same thing. One blow. Chick-fil-A cookies and cream milkshake. Get it every time. I do it every time. Alright, I got lash glue everywhere. Okay. So, oh Lord. Alright. Yo, I can't talk. I gotta concentrate. This lash just don't want to work with me today. Or did I speak too soon? I spoke too soon. Alright. Alright, we're gonna let those dry a little bit. Well, what I like to do when they're dry, I take eyelash tweezer. If you've never seen one, this is what it looks like. It's like curved on the end, so you can get like up in your lashes. And I like to press my falsies and my real lashes together, so it's like a seamless transition between the two. I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye since it's been on for a little minute. So I go from the side and I just press. It don't hurt. If it hurts you, that means you do it too much. Just press. You're not pressing your eyelid, you pressing your lashes together. And then I'm waiting a little bit for this eye since it's giving me some trouble. I don't want to jinx it. Tell y'all, this one gonna give me all the trouble in the world. Okay. Okay. Next, we're gonna do our bottom lashes. So I'm gonna go in with, this is L'Oreal's Telescopic in Carbon Black. I like this one because of how the brush is. It's skinny enough for your lower lashes. See how skinny it is? And like the brush itself, like the spikes are little. So I like that. It's easier and it doesn't, mascara doesn't get like everywhere. So we just lay down, hold your face, and wiggle. And once I wiggle, I comb through it so it's not all clumpy. Alright, we got that. So next is highlighter. My favorite highlighter right now has been from Jaclyn Cosmetics, and it's in the color Ice. So it looks like a champagne color, but it actually shows up more silver, and I like that. Let's take a dense kind of fluffy brush, and I hit the top of my cheeks and I just blend it up. So it's kind of like an L on my face. We're gonna blend it out so it's not gonna stay like that defined. And then I hit the middle of my nose like that, and a little bit of the tip of my nose. And then we're going to blend it out. I don't know why I'm trying to use a small mirror. See how much more diffused it looks? I'll do the same thing to this side. Same thing to the bridge of my nose. And then same thing to the tip of my nose. Sometimes for like the bridge, I'll just add more to like the outside of where I just put it so it looks like it blends better. And then I diffuse it with the setting powder we use for our concealer. Next, I take like a tiny, can't see? Yeah, a tiny brush. If you follow me on Instagram, Instagram, I'm known for putting highlighter or something sparkly in my inner corners and it pops. And then I also put it on my cupid's bow. So on your cupid's bow, like that. I do kind of drag it out so blend. And then we go into the inner corner and plop it. And then I do kind of drag it to my lower lash line. Just a teensy weensy bit. I was just talking about how I'm using this little mirror and I'm still using it. Yeah, like that. So now, sometimes I like to do a cat flick on the inner corner. I was gonna say, I thought I put it here, but I didn't. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It has like a sharp tip. So one, I'm going to flick it. Y'all probably can't see this, but I just flick. So it gives like a cat eye effect. Yeah, just the edge of my tear ducts. I flick. It's subtle, but to me it makes all the difference in the world. And then I put back my beauty marks. So I have one on my chin. I have one right here on my cheek, but I don't like placement of it, so I put one up here by my eye. in this little divot I have. Like that. I don't even know if y'all can see it. But yeah, and then this is the moment where I touch anything up that I need to touch up. So we need to touch up my eyebrow. I kind of took off some of the stuff on my nose, doing too much with the highlighter, so I don't want to take my face powder though. And not the same one I used for my highlight, and just hit where I just took too much product off. Alright, next is lips. So this is the NYX lip liner or lip pencil in the color Espresso. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the chapstick off so it can stick better. And then how I do my Cupid's bow, I go from like the kind of middle of my lip but off to the side, and I make my arch. Same thing with this side, make my arch, and then I drag out the lines. And you'll see what I'm talking about. That's one thing I love. I keep it well. I'm over here messing up trying to talk. Okay. And then I'll fill in the corners. Like I'll bring it down. And then I blend it to diffuse it. That's what we're looking like. And then I take a MAC lipstick in the color Kinda Sexy. I hit my bottom lip just in the center. And just keep till it blends out. And then I'll do a little more on the side. And then I'll fix my Cupid's bow. Like that. So now we have this pretty blend. And then I take my Fenty lip gloss or gloss bomb in the color Fenty Glow. And one thing I do if I put on lipstick, I get a napkin and I put my lips between it and then drag it out. Just so you don't have like that inner ring and get all goopy and nasty. And last thing I do is spray my face. This is the Urban Decay Automator. And I do spray it. Almost choked. I do have a fan, but I forgot to bring it in here. If it's looking splotchy anywhere, just go in with your beauty blender. But I think I am good. Alright guys, if you like this makeup look, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to see more. Mwah.